Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. California cruise incident shakes up self-driving vehicle industry. Honda cancels affordable EV development with General Motors. Cassava Sciences sees positive safety data for Alzheimer's Candidate. Meta Platforms surprises with strong revenues, profits, and user growth. New bill filed in U.S. House to federally legalize marijuana. UAW nears deal with Ford. Federal Reserve proposes lowering debit card swipe fees. SunPower faces financial restatements, leading solar stocks lower. Vici Properties raises 2023 guidance after Q3 beat. Stay tuned after the short ad break to learn more about these top headlines. The recent incident concerning General Motors' self-driving taxi service, Cruise, in California has the potential to significantly impact the autonomous driving industry. Following a collision involving a GM Cruise vehicle and a pedestrian, the state's DMV has suspended the company's driving permits and accused them of withholding evidence. This event may prompt other cities or states to reduce or cease testing activities, which could have repercussions for companies involved in manufacturing chips, sensors, and other technologies utilized in autonomous vehicles.
Honda Motor has announced the cancellation of its plans to co-develop affordable electric vehicles with General Motors. This decision comes as a result of a changing business environment. The project, which aimed to introduce the first models in North America by 2027, encountered challenges related to cost and cruising distance. According to Honda CEO Toshihiro Maebe, after conducting a year-long study, they have concluded that pursuing this venture would be difficult from a business standpoint. As a result, they have made the decision to terminate further development. In addition to Honda's withdrawal, General Motors has also withdrawn its 2023 guidance due to uncertainties surrounding the United Auto Workers strike. This strike has led to mounting costs for the automaker. Overall, both companies are facing obstacles that have prompted them to reassess their plans and make strategic adjustments in response to these challenges.
Cassava Sciences experienced a rise in its stock price following the release of Phase 3 data. The data demonstrated that their Alzheimer's drug, Simufilm, does not exhibit common side effects typically associated with FDA-approved medications. Through an independent analysis of MRI brain data from the trial, Cassava found no safety concerns related to treatment-emergent amyloid-related imaging abnormalities. These issues are often observed with other approved drugs for Alzheimer's disease. Cassava plans to disclose final MRI data once the 76-week trial concludes for patients with mild to moderate Alzheimer's.
Meta Platforms stock experienced an initial 4% increase following the announcement of better-than-expected Q3 earnings. The company's revenues saw a significant rise of 23% to reach $34.15 billion, while operating income surged by an impressive 143% to $13.75 billion. During this period, CEO Mark Zuckerberg emphasized the progress made in artificial intelligence and mixed reality technologies through the introduction of new products. Notably, user metrics surpassed expectations, with Facebook alone recording daily active users of 2.9 billion and monthly active users totaling 3.5 billion. When considering WhatsApp and Instagram as well, these figures are even higher. Furthermore, ad impressions witnessed a notable increase of 31%. Looking ahead to Q4, Meta Platforms anticipates total revenue ranging from $36.5 billion to $40 billion and has adjusted its expense forecast for the full year accordingly.
A bipartisan group of U.S. Congress members has introduced a new bill to federally legalize marijuana. The States Reform Act, sponsored by Representative Nancy Mace, would treat marijuana like alcohol and protect existing state-licensed cannabis operators. The bill aims to remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act, impose an excise tax, and expunge records for nonviolent marijuana convictions. However, its fate is uncertain as the House currently lacks a speaker. Notable cannabis companies include Cresco Labs, Trulieve Cannabis, Curaleaf Holdings, and Green Thumb Industries. Cannabis ETFs such as YOLO and CNBS are also worth considering.
The United Auto Workers is close to reaching a potential agreement with Ford Motor Company to put an end to the strike that started in September. UEW has presented a counter-offer to Ford, suggesting a 25% general wage increase over a new 4-year contract, surpassing the 23% offered by General Motors and Stellantis. If the agreement is finalized, workers may experience pay raises exceeding 30%, which includes adjustments for cost of living and annual profit sharing. This development briefly boosted the stock prices of Detroit's big three automakers before stabilizing.
The Federal Reserve has proposed a reduction in fees that card issuers can charge merchants for debit card transactions. This proposal marks the first change to fee caps since 2011. The aim is to decrease fees by approximately 28% for a $50 purchase. Despite certain costs incurred by card issuers declining significantly, the current fee structure has remained unchanged. The new rules would lower the base fee to $0.144 and make adjustments to transaction value-based fees and fraud prevention measures. The Federal Reserve plans to update these caps every other year using data collected from large debit card issuers. It's worth noting that banks with assets under $10 billion are exempt from these standards.
Shares of SunPower saw a significant drop of 17.8%. This decline led to the stock reaching its lowest point in 3.5 years. The reason behind this sharp decrease is SunPower's announcement that it will be restating its financial results for fiscal year 2022 and the first 2 quarters of 2023. These restatements are necessary due to errors that have been identified, which could potentially impact the company's borrowings. In addition to SunPower's troubles, another solar energy company called Sunrun also experienced a decline in its stock price. It fell by 7.1% following allegations made by Muddy Waters that accused Sunrun of inflating its subscriber numbers. The negative impact on these two companies has had ripple effects throughout the clean energy sector. Other companies within this industry such as Maxion Solar, Clean Energy Fuels, and Fuel Cell Energy have also witnessed declines in their respective stock prices. Despite these challenges, analysts at Oppenheimer suggest that SunPower is actively engaging in discussions with its creditors to address any potential effects resulting from the restatement of financial results. They anticipate that an agreement will be reached without severely restricting SunPower's business operations. Overall, it is evident that recent developments have had adverse consequences for both SunPower and other players within the clean energy sector.
Vici Properties has increased its guidance for 2023 funds from operations per share following better-than-expected earnings in Q3. The company now projects its adjusted FFO per share for 2023 to be in the range of $2.14 to $2.15, up from the previous range of $2.11 to $2.14. In Q3, Vici Properties reported an adjusted FFO per share of 54 cents, surpassing expectations by 1 cent. This demonstrates growth compared to both the previous quarter and the same period last year. Edward Petoniak, CEO of Vici Properties, emphasized the company's dedication to expansion through acquisitions and strategic financing activities. These efforts have resulted in a revenue growth rate of approximately 20% and an almost 11% increase in adjusted funds from operations per share year over year. Thank you for joining us on the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Until tomorrow, stay safe and farewell for now.
This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.